ain't got time. Ain't got time. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to Jarrett Talk interview. As I interview people who have their own YouTube or their own business. Tonight I have a very special guest. She's my first time ever to be on my channel. I've been past shop well, a lot. So I said, let me get her. Give me the first time meet her. How you doing, Dave? How you doing, Yolanda? How you doing?
I am doing wonderful.
So tell
Wonderful.
people
How
that
are
do not
you?
know. I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. Thank God. So tell the people about that don't know about you, how you start your business, how you in the journey from where you started and how you got where you at right now. Oh,
Okay. Well, once again, thank you for having me.
no problem.
My name is Yolanda Dupree, and I am a master cosmetologist. Um, I've been doing hair for 35 years. I love everything there is about doing hair, and I have a head spa. It's new, and there having a head spa is wonderful. A lot of people don't know about the Japanese inspired head spa, but I am doing my best to get the word out to everyone about it. It's an amazing, amazing service that men and women can enjoy.
What made you start your business? What made you start it? This man once you started your parents or how you started?
Well, when I already had my salon. I already had the salon, and um, that was going well. And I was already doing some work with TV and film, and that was going well.
Mhm.
But I have a lot of clients that are experiencing hair loss, and there are so many people dealing with a lot of mental stress. And, you know, I'm always open to what God has for me. I try to, really listen and be prayerful. And so
The sound keep going in and out. The sound going in and out. Oh shoot. No. Well, she's getting. I think she's on an iPad. Let's get. Let's go ahead. Let's get this. Um. Come on now. Let's get this. I think sometimes when you're on your iPad, it just messing something up. Uh. How we lose it? How we lose it? We're doing good. Doing good. Uh. But I keep talking. It's kind of weird that we try to say something. Who's doing so good? Oh, Lord, play on this live. Play on this live. Come on. Let's get this live done. Let's get this live. Come on, let's get this live. Come on. I cannot have no issues today. Come on. I cannot have no issues today. Come on. I cannot have no issues today. Yeah, we're definitely having issues today. We're definitely having issues today. And I should not have issues on a Sunday night having for for interviews. Yeah, if you on your iPad, that's probably what's going on. I am so sorry we're having difficult, difficult technical difficulties on our end, and yeah, it's not fun having not having issue a guest on here and having a hard time getting on here. But yeah, she was talking about how she was how, how she always had her salon and everything, and that's that's pretty strange, y'all. I was about to get over. But yeah, we're having difficulties right now, and we're having we're definitely having difficulties on her.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Oh
can.
my gosh. I have no idea what's happening.
Me neither.
This was just this was supposed to happen in terms of our interview is supposed to happen, and we're just being, coming up against the opposition. And this is a good place to maybe just talk about when we have purpose. And a lot of times we have purpose in life, things we're
Hmm.
supposed to do. We have assignment. And the enemy, I don't know if you are a God fearing man, but I'm a God fearing woman. And the
I,
enemy fights us. But we have to keep on and keep on and keep on.
he trying to keep us from not having this interview. Not, oh, we can have this interview. I don't care what. We did. My mom and I just got home from church. We just got home from church, so I don't look. We're gonna get this interview in.
Right.
Yeah, but well, you were talking about you were getting you already had your signs up. Go ahead. See
Okay.
we left off.
Yes. So I was just saying how the new business that I just started last year in August is a head spa. And I was just saying how I had never heard of a head spa before December 23. I had never heard of a head spa. I didn't know what it was. And when God dropped it in my lap and he showed me the business, I immediately felt connected to it. And I started to do research and I was reaching for help and no, I couldn't get anyone to really help me out. But I did a lot of fasting and praying and asking God, was this, if this is what I'm supposed to do? And from December, I got my yes around February from God, and I started working. I did not get it open until officially open until August, but that had a lot to do with the state board and different things, them being behind. But
Mhm.
it has been a blessing. It has truly been a blessing, and for my clients, but also for me. Sometimes we think we're doing things for somebody else, and God is like, no, I want to bless you. I want to show you something different. I want to open your eyes to see things differently. And so the head spa has been an amazing blessing in my life as well as my clients.
Were you nervous when you first thought that you going to have your own business? Were you nervous and
Um,
second question is, having were you having second thoughts of what you think what would people think about if they would if people think if it's the right place to you know
mhm,
relax their head and stuff like that. You ever getting
mhm.
second thoughts of that?
I had a little, nervousness. I have a salon already. I've had my salon for several years.
Mhm.
And so I've been in business for a long time. and I've done a lot of different things. My husband and I had a thriving nonprofit before COVID. We were doing couples retreats, women's retreats, in and different states, in and out of the country. I've jumped several times that God has said, "Get out there and do this," and so
Right. Right.
um, starting this business, yes, I was a little nervous because it was new. It
Mm-hmm.
was new, and I wasn't sure, outside of God sending clients, I wasn't sure who was coming. You're nervous about how to price. You're nervous about, am I buying the right things? How to promote. But we have to move in faith. We have to just move in faith.
What what the wait you say you were in business for 35 years. So at that very span, do you ever sit down and think about like, wow, I came a long way. I came a long way from where I started, where I'm at now. Do you ever like
Yes.
sit back like, wow?
Yeah. Yeah. The journey, when you look back over it, it's mind boggling sometimes to look back over your life and see where you started,
Mm,
and then to look at where you are now. And it has been a journey. It has not been an easy journey either. It's been a very difficult journey at times. From being a young girl, getting out of high school, going to cosmetology school, um, you're excited, everything is new and fresh, and then you finish, and then you have to start working, and you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to please people all the way through, getting going. Things are going well. Now I got married. My husband and I had 4 children. We had the struggles of me being a working mom. That's
mm-hmm,
difficult.
mm-hmm.
Raising children, trying to, do all the things, and
Trying to balance it. Yeah.
just trying to balance,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to balance life, and wear all the hats, just trying to wear all the hats. So when I look back, Jarrett, it is like, wow. Some things, I it's hard for me to believe that I did, that I was able, that I accomplished them. And it's funny because I'm working on something new now. I can't say what it is, but I'm working on something else, and it's just, I believe that God continuously gives seed to the sower. The person who's going to plant the seed and go out there and take care of it, he's going to keep giving them seeds. There's no point in you having seeds if you're not going to plant them.
That's right. What what the what is the pros and cons of being a hairstylist? What up the spot where you at? So what people come and ask and give you good reviews and stuff? What kind of what do people think when they come when they say, hey, I want to refer to this person and stuff like that? So what the pros and cons of being your own person, your own business, and try to do your own times, being your own boss.
Yeah, Jared, that's a big one. that's a big that's a big question. So here's the thing. I love being my own boss. The pros are just that. I work when I want to work. I change my schedule when I want to change it. When I want to be off, I can take off. If I say I'm off a whole week, a week and a half, um, I set things up and do things the way I want to do it. Um, I purchase products based on what I like, so you're in control. You're in control, and you have the freedom to shape this gift, this business, however you want. One of the cons is just right over on the side, the opposite. You're in charge of everything. So if something goes bad, guess whose fault it is? This
Right.
person. Um, if you're not there, because I have a salon and it's just me, it's a salon suite, and then the head spa, I have one employee. So pretty much, if we're not there working, we don't make any money, which is why I'm working to shift some things so we start bringing in money even though we're not there. That is through product creation and some courses and different things. So I don't have to always be standing behind the chair. Um, One of the other cons is no matter how good you are at what you do, you can't please everyone.
Say that again.
And so there are times when you will get a client or two, and no matter what you do, they don't like their hair. And so you might get a bad review, and you have to have some tough skin. You have to have tough skin and just grin and bear it and just keep moving forward. You can't get stuck with the bad stuff.
I was asking one of my other YouTube guests. She's a nail stylist, and I was asking her, you, when you ever get a customer that is not, I mean, not satisfied with you of your work, and they keep coming back and coming back to make sure they get it right. Do you ever get that kind of
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
um,
I do. And I honestly, I appreciate that client. The way I approach a new client is like this. If you were my new client, Jarrett, I would tell you, okay, so Jarrett, um, starting with the new hairstylist or barber is like dating, right?
like?
If you meet a person and you say, okay, let's go out on the first date, you get to know them a little bit, but
Hmm.
you don't know enough about them to make the full decision whether or not, this is a great, relationship or whether this is a bad one. So you get a few good things. Sometimes you have to learn the language of the other person. They have to learn you little quirky ways. So that means you need a second date. And so that's the second appointment. And so in the second appointment, we may talk a little bit about what we did the first time that didn't go well. And then after we do that, then I can try and fix and we work through. And then by the third time they come, I should have a really good sense of what the client wants. And the client should have a really good sense of me and my style of hairstyling. And at that point, they can make a really good decision as to whether or not I am the type of hairstylist that will make them happy. Sometimes there are times when from day one, this is not gonna work. She's this way, I'm that way.
Hmm.
But sometimes it does take about 3 appointments for you to get in a groove and really get to know and learn your client. And they need to learn you as a stylist. They have to learn me, my ways, the things that I do. There are certain things I will not do. No, I don't care how much money. I've had people tell me, "Oh, I'll pay extra." You can't. You can't pay me extra because I'm not going to do it. If it's something that I don't do, I'm just not going to do it.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
What do you ever like when you get done doing the hair and everything else? Do you ever like sit down and talk to yourself and say and think how I done with the person with your client's hair? Do you ever think about like how
Yeah.
do you ever talk to yourself like I think I did a pretty good job. I don't and if you ever like watch you ever
Mhm.
like record yourself? You ever like record yourself and doing the
I
person's
do.
hair? And do you ever like watch yourself, see if I'm doing it
Mhm.
right?
I do. And there I critique myself really harshly. You know, we can be really hard on ourselves. And so there are times I care a lot about what I do. I love it. I love being a hairstylist. My mom says when I was 3 years old, that is what I told her I wanted to do. When I was that young, I told her I wanted to be a hairstylist. From my earliest memories of my life, I remember loving playing with my doll's hair and combing my mom's hair. Anybody that would sit long enough. So it is very near and dear to me. So it is just crazy important, very important to me that I do a good job and that my client likes their hair. So there are times I realize I'm not perfect. There are times when I don't think I did my best. Sometimes that has to do with I'm just tired, and I mean, there we all have days when we're not at our best. So when I'm tired, there are times when the style that we were doing, I just couldn't get it to get just right. Maybe the curls weren't right or something. And so I sit and I analyze and I go back over it and I say, okay, next time I'll do it this way. And next time I'll do it that way. Because I have a lot of hair loss clients, um, I have to be very creative and very innovative. And
Mhm.
I rely heavily on the Holy Spirit to give me something to do in that moment. What's wrong with her hair right now? What's wrong with the unit right now? And I have to be in tune with God for him to tell me what to do. So I do go back and analyze my work. My husband will say a lot of times, he's like, Yolanda, let it go, because I'll come home and some days I'm just beat up. I feel defeated because something didn't work. But, you know, I still have to get myself together and go to work the next day.
So I was going, since your husband asked me, always asking the question, did, well, let's put it like, did you ever got any advice from your parent, from your mom or your husband about when you study, when you work on when you go to work and do a person's hair, do you get any kind of advice when you're younger or where you at now before
Yeah.
you, maybe before you go to work?
My father, when I was young, I was working a little, one of my first jobs. It was like a telemarketing job. I was sitting at a desk working on a computer, and I got in the car when he came to pick me up one day, and I was crying. And I hated the job. I just hated it. And my father
Mhm,
told me, he said, Yolanda, you need to quit. You need to quit. If you don't like that job, you need to quit. Mind you, I didn't have any bills. I was a teenager.
mhm.
But
Right.
one thing that has stuck with me from that little snippet of time in my life with my father, um, to make sure I always do what I love to do. And if something is not working or I'm unhappy, it's okay to walk away. So with once I became, a full adult and opening my own business, they always give sound advice. My parents, I love them. They're amazing people, but they always give sound advice. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you check everything out. You know, um, when you're in business, you have to be firm. A lot of times when you're negotiating, buying equipment or buying this or starting something. So they are very supportive, and they always just, they'll say, well, we're praying, well, let's fast about it. My husband, he tells me a lot of times, he'll say, Yolanda, you're good, right? And I'll say, yes, I know. He said, you're good. He was like, and he said, but you can't, you're not gonna always, please everybody.
Mhm.
And I'll say, I know. Um, and he encourages me, go to sleep, get some rest. So I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful for him, having him in my life, but he keeps me grounded. He'll tell me when I'm wrong too. If I'm thinking about something, I'm doing something, or and I'm not going about it right, he may say, okay, let's back that up. Let's, stop, reset, look at it again. Is that right? Or you need to wait. And I value his opinion and everything. So, there are times when he will give me advice on how to handle a situation. And so I have a lot. I am fortunate. Life isn't perfect, Jarrett.
I
Life
ain't
isn't perfect,
right.
but I'm blessed. I do have a circle of good family and good friends, and some really good, powerful prayer warriors around me.
But what? Okay. Whew, this is gonna be good. I don't know. I'm gonna bunch in my church one Sunday. Then talk about this. But what after, when your parents tell you about giving you kind of advice, and do you ever when they give you advice, do you ever like think about it like, wow, that's some good advice. I need like think over and see what kind I want to do in the future. And
Hmm.
I mean, like this, when you came like, what was that other opportunities
Hmm.
that you wanted to do besides doing hair? If you weren't doing hair, what were other opportunities or options you want to do
Hmm.
if you want to do.
Yeah, there was other things. There were definitely other things. So here's what's funny. Growing up in church, um, we were always singing. Me and my sisters, we would go and sing and stuff a lot. And then we were always, the church play, the church Christmas play, the Easter,
Mm,
whatever. So I
mm,
grew up acting a lot. And we were in conventions and we would have to go and speak. And we were the delegate for the, youth convention or whatever. So I got I was used to being in front of people, and performing or whatever. And so I fell in love with acting. In high school, I joined the drama club, and I was I loved it. I loved it. And for a split second, there was the desire in me to get into acting. So when I graduated high school, I was going to go to cosmetology school, but I wanted to get into acting. And I actually got an audition, and then I got a call back, and we were I grew up in Georgia, and the people wanted me to go to California to do like a final audition for a TV show.
and
And
what
my
what
parents and my
what
parents
what
said no.
what what would the part?
I don't. So I don't know. So what happens in that industry? A lot of times they don't tell you when you are in the beginning stages, especially way back then. Now they a lot of times will tell you like a name or something. But back then, um, as far as for me, I didn't know the name of the show.
Mm,
But they wanted me to go to California to do kind of a maybe I won't maybe it wasn't final audition, but
when
it was like a
oh
second or
man,
third.
fine. Yeah, I
And
got
they
you.
said they said no. I was mad. I was really mad with them for saying no. But I did not understand their reasons. And so I went straight to cosmetology school after that. Um, there have been times in my life where I've really wondered, really, really wondered because I love acting as well. And I've been able to, God has blessed me to be able to be in a few plays. Um, you know, since, then I've been in, on a small, movie, like a small film, little things on the side. And I had to,
Mhm.
at one point as an adult, I was really upset. I got upset that I didn't get a chance to explore that, but I had to give it back to God. I had to
Mhm.
tell God if He wants me to act, He'll open the door. You know,
Do you do you still want to act, or are you good? Are you good where
mm,
you at now?
not
I mean,
really the desire. I haven't had the desire in a long time to act. I love being on stage. Being on stage and acting in a live performance is totally different from being behind in front of the camera and
mhm.
recording something over and over. I love the adrenaline rush of I need to know my lines because I have to deliver them right now But
Right.
I don't I don't feel it so much now. Um, I'm guessing because I'm older, and I just ask God, take it away. If it's not meant for me to do it, just take it away.
That's a joy fact. Um, well, do you, if you did, well, let's put it away, if you did move to California, do you know what part of California you want to live? If they hire you there on it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't think I would ever want to live there. I was so young at that point, but now, I I with my family and everything, I would rather stay out this way. But I don't know where if there was a place, another place in the U.S. I would want to live. I have no idea, but I don't think I would choose California.
So if what kind of advice do you want to give to the people who want to be a hairstylist, a cosmetologist, all that good stuff, coming up and learn the the roots of it and everything else? What you want to get to with the young people,
Okay.
especially, yeah.
Um. So first and foremost, I'll say most hairstylists and barbers are gifted before they go to school. You're gifted. You already know how to do a lot of different things. It comes easy to you. But the first piece of advice I would give, and this is the most important, right? Is go to school and get your license. Do not use the fact that you're good at it already as an excuse to not do it the right way. Every state i- is the cosmetology department is regulated by the state, and there are stipulations and rules and hours and things that you must follow that is governed by the state government. And so many people, they want to skip that part. They don't want to go to school. It can be expensive. They don't want to go to school. They don't want to finish. They don't want to, there's no point in God giving you a gift and then you have to hide and worry about whether or not you're going to come and get shut down. So the what's happening with a lot of young people now is they want to bypass that part. And so the best advice I could give is go to school, do the work, get your license, and you're free for the rest of your life to just spread your wings and fly in this industry. It's an amazing industry. I have done a lot of bridal work, tons of bridal work, beautiful weddings in and out of Georgia, in and out of the country. I've done like I said, TV and film work. There are photo shoots. There's so much you can do, but you have to do the first thing, which is get your license. So that is what I would say, like number 1 through 3.
What the what the what the best? What's your favorite thing you do? You love doing hair. You like doing uh acting. Are you still doing acting for fun, or or you still wanna do
Yeah.
it?
No,
Um,
acting is definitely something to do for fun. Um, I enjoy doing a little bit of sewing. I don't do it very often anymore, but I do
yeah.
like to make things. I like to create fashion accessories. So I do enjoy doing that. I like singing. I like to sing, and I used to be on the praise and worship team at church.
Okay.
And yeah, I like to write. I have um 4 books, 3 that I wrote myself, and it's a total of 7. 3 that I wrote myself, and then the other 4 I partnered with other people. So I figure I got some ideas, some things I can do in retirement.
Look, that's true. But well, with that's pretty good. What the do you what are you the lead singer of the praise worship, or are you like in the back with
No,
like the background singing, or in the choir? Let's put it that way.
no, I was at the church, our previous church when we were on the praise and worship team. My husband and I both were on the praise and worship team, and we were the ones holding the mics. But also, um, I didn't lead as much, but I was one of the main praise and worship leaders, singers, and but I didn't have a problem with being up front, holding the mic,
Oh,
or standing in the choir, in the back with the choir. I
yeah.
like worship. I like it.
Are you stage fright?
Huh?
Are you stage fright? Like
Not
being like
much. No, there are times when I do get stage fright. There are times, but not much. No.
so. I know you mentioned that you and your husband are like in the praise and worship. Who put it this way, who's the best singer? Be honest.
I am. No, I'm just kidding. Let me tell you something. So, no, he's an amazing singer. He's an amazing singer, and he loves it, and he leads a lot. At our previous church we were at, and the one that we're at now, he was one of the main male vocalists who would lead. So he led a lot. I didn't do a lot of leading at all, but yeah, he is a great singer. Yeah.
Let's talk about church now, cause I'm always into this thing. What made you attend the church where you at now? And who was the first person who agreed you and your husband at your current church now,
Okay.
and make
So this is going to be funny. So when I met my husband, he had moved here from South Carolina, and his father was an AME pastor. So he found an AME church here in Georgia to attend. That's where he was attending when I met him. So when we got married, that's where we went. After about 5 or so years, I guess, we left and went to another church, and we stayed gone for probably 20 years. We went back a little over a year ago, and it felt like we had never left. They were the members were so excited when they saw us. It was like, I mean, I literally felt like we had gone home. We had been 20 years that we had not seen some of those people, and they were hugging us, waving. The men, it was the Sunday that the male choir was singing, and the men were trying to get my husband out of his seat in the pews to come up there and sing with them. And it was our first time back in 20 years. I mean, it's a loving church. That's the way it's supposed to be. Um, it's a loving church, a loving church family. No place is perfect. No place is perfect. But I love the way they love. I love the way they welcomed us back. Yeah.
uh, and are you still attending that church now, or are you
Yeah,
still?
that was just we've only been back about a year and a half.
Well,
We just went back.
people and people think you never. Y'all think y'all never left. Like why? Like y'all went to another church? Like,
We
no, we
went to
ain't
another
leaving.
church. We were During that time we attended two other churches, and we served those other churches. I'm a believer. I grew up serving. My parents served. My parents are still serving, and we don't my family, we don't know anything but serving in church. So we were at those other two churches, and we served, and I believe we served well. I believe in, when you leave a church, you don't leave with mess. You don't leave and tearing up the church. We're still friends with the pastors of those other churches. I can call We can go back to the church and visit anytime without anybody going, oh, they back, or what are they doing here? No, we can go and visit and have a great time and walk right up to the pastor and first lady or whatever and hug them. So we believe in, if you're gonna be somewhere, be there. And when God says it's time, you leave, but you leave right.
Did the pastor give you any advice when you before you the first time you left? What kind of advice did the pastor?
No, no, that pastors don't ever want nobody to leave. You know that. So no, maybe somebody else had advice. We didn't get no advice. No.
What let's go ahead and what the what's the good thing? And I know I just said the same thing about public accountants, but what is the good thing of being a a hairstyle? And who was your very first client?
Okay. Lord, I don't know that. But one of the best things about being a hairstylist is these hands right here, right? The Bible says that God formed us in our mother's belly. And he says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And the word says that he gives us gifts. And the Bible says that our gifts will make room for us. And when I look at my hands and when I'm working, the thing that I like the most, and the best thing about it, is I get to create with the hands that God gave me. And with these hands, I have a gift, and I get a chance to exercise my gift, just like someone who actually is a singer, or a preacher, or someone that paints or whatever. I get to exercise the gift every single day that I am at the salon with every single client. And I pray over my clients. We pray together. I pray when I'm doing their hair. And so I'll ask God to show me what to do, help my hands be obedient, even if my mind isn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best thing for me.
Oh, you just took the question. You just answered my question. Do you ever pray before you go to church? Like you just answer my question. That's, that's the
I
purpose.
have to pray. I have to
You-
pray sometimes. I have to pray
I mean,
because, yeah,
do you ever
praying.
do you ever pray before you like open the doors and get yourself situated before the client comes and
Hmm.
say, hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. We ain't gonna have this nonsense going on. Do you ever do that before
Yeah.
you
No,
open the doors and
yeah. Sometimes I have to pray myself up. If I'm tired, I'm like, come on. Or if there's something that I have to do, especially if I'm doing a client that has hair loss, um, and it's emotional. It's emotional when a woman is losing her hair. And then for me, I have to do either a wig, or we're doing some type of a technique. And I want it to look as natural as possible. So I'm talking to God. I'm going over the procedure in my head. I'm talking to God when I'm getting dressed, when I go to bed the night before, when I get up the next morning. I'm like, okay, step one, step two, step three. And I'm like, God, help me remember to do this. Help me remember to do that. Um, so I pray, I do. There are some days, Jarrett, that that's the only way I've made it through the day. The only way. And I'm not being extra or whatever. I'm just being honest, because there are
Mhm.
times when I have to do certain things, even down to keeping up with my time. For me, I have clients back to back to back. And if you're getting one service, it's a 2-hour service, and the next person's service may be 3 hours. I need to be finished with the 2-hour service. So when the 3-hour lady come in, I'm ready to start her. Or if I don't, my day gets out of control.
Mhm.
It's like what is it? A snowball, and it just
Oh,
keeps getting late. Yeah. So
Mhm.
even something as simple as staying on schedule.
What's the what? Let's answer this question. What was the longest person you ever stayed, and what do you ever like get frustrated with when like when you doing the person's hair? Do you ever get frustrated and something gets stuck or get
Hmm.
mangled or something like that? You get
Yep.
frustrated with
So one
doing the
time,
process?
it's several times, several. I have when a person's hair gets like they come in and it's already tangled and they've already got it all matted and tangled, and now you need to detangle it, and it takes an hour and a half just to detangle their hair, and you're trying not to break their hair off. I mean, I haven't shampooed it yet, I haven't done anything, I'm just trying to detangle it.
Mhm.
One time I had to, after about an hour and a half or 2 hours of trying to detangle, I had to just cut the lady's hair, like a big section of her hair off, because we just couldn't get that part out. One time I had these two little girls there. They had a lot of hair, lots and lots and lots of hair each. And they were very, very, very tender headed. And their mom had left them with me to do their hair. And the oldest one started crying. I didn't want to hurt her, but I had
Mhm.
to try to detangle her hair.
Mhm.
And I literally started crying myself because it was at a point where it was like I can't finish because
Right.
she was, and it wasn't like a little cry. She
Right.
was screaming.
How like
she,
how right right
she was
yeah
hollering.
just how
she, she
yeah.
was hollering. Yeah, yeah, there have been times where I've been at the salon. One time a lady's color didn't come out right. Her hair turned this ugly, funky greenish color, and she was on her way out of town.
Mhm.
So we had to stay extra, extra late to fix it. I mean, there are things that go wrong, you know. Yeah.
What the earliest you have a person that come like early that say, hey, I want to get this done because
Hmm.
I got something to do. Like what the earliest that like
It depends.
the client come.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on what the client is getting and what the schedule is like. So I've gone as early as 5:30 to do a client, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I've stayed as late as 11 o'clock at night because something was happening and maybe it was an emergency or someone had needed to go out of town and we needed to fit them in late.
Mhm.
So I try to be accommodating to my clients, and things happen, but I don't go that early anymore. But I've gone that early, especially for weddings. When we used to do weddings a lot, I have gone and been at the venue to start hair for a wedding at like 4 o'clock, because I remember one time we had 3 weddings in one day. And so the first wedding, there are a lot of different cultures that have different ceremonies as a part of the day for weddings. And so when you have 10 or 12 people you have to do, and the first ceremony is a breakfast or something kind of at 8 o'clock, you've got to go early and do everybody. And we would be a team of hair and makeup and our assistants. And so I've started as early as 4 o'clock for a wedding.
Do you travel when someone wants you to come to their a different state and do their hair, or are you here like
I can.
your yeah
Hmm. I can, and I've traveled. Um, you know, people will contact you and ask for, I need 2 days, that kind of thing, and you negotiate rate and all of that, and but yeah, I will travel. I don't travel as much as I used to, because I have the two businesses, but I will and I can.
are you,
Yeah.
are you on both of them, or you just on the one they right
No,
now?
I own two. So the one that you saw where you responded, that is the head spa, but I also have one that's called She Has Yoli Hair Salon,
Okay.
and that's where I do all of the weaving and just regular hair relaxers and hair color
So
And
that one down. So that one down there at the headquarters of the of where you
well, they're close to each other. They're kind of right across the hall from each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just go by down this street every single time I looked over there. There's somebody over there. I want to get an interview. And I want to know behind those doors. 'Cause every time I look over there, I want to know who this person is. So I'm
Mm,
glad that you came. I'm just glad that I got a chance to meet you the first time ever. I'm like, this night I just go by this street all the time, 124, all the
mm,
time. I look to the right. I'm like, what's this? What's this spot about? And,
mm.
and let me find an owner, and I want to know the real deal of down here. Because every time I go by that place, my mom and I looked over there, and my mind was like, think this like ringing. Like,
Uh-huh.
well, I'm giving you an idea, right?
Okay.
Every time I go by and look over there, it's like, ding, 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 ding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get that interview in, and like, yay.
Yeah.
But so you got both of them, and you say you love the way you love doing hair from what the what the youngest client, what's the age group from the kids to
Um,
the oldest? What?
yeah. So right now, my youngest client is 9. She started coming to me when she was
Hmm,
4 years old.
hmm.
She her parents bring her every 2 weeks since she was 4 years old, and she's 9 years old now. My oldest client right now is a 93-year-old woman who comes every week.
Bless her heart.
She's so sweet. She's so sweet. She is 93 and she gets her hair done every single week.
By you or the other person.
No, by me.
That you, so when you know when you say when you see your clients is, do you know in your mind that's that what they wanted, or do it change of every 2 weeks, like every other?
Most people get kind of the same thing. Um, they have a style and that's their look. But I
Hmm.
do have some clients that like to change and they want it curled different, pull it this way. So I'm flexible, so I can do, I'll do whatever they ask for. Um, so we some people like to change their style, and some people want to keep it kind of the same. Most of my clients like to change their hairstyles.
What do you do braids, or what kind what popular hairstyle do you give to the
Um,
people? Yeah.
what's really popular is just doing a simple silk press, and that's where you shampoo, condition their hair.
Mhm.
You can steam it, and then you press the hair out straight, and then give them curl or just something that's not so. Um, Sometimes it's just a soft curl that they want, something that has body. So that's very very popular.
One last thing before we leave out here. I know we started late and having an issue and stuff, but one last thing. What tell me where your shop's at and everything else, and if people want to contact you and all that good stuff, social media and stuff, what they want to contact you.
Okay. So the salon is in Snellville, the Snellville Lawrenceville area in Gwinnett County, Georgia. It is Pampered Head Spa by Yoli. And the salon is She Has Yoli Hair. They're both in the Sola Salon Suites in Snellville, Georgia. The website is www.pamperedhs.com. And I'm on Instagram at Pampered HS, or you can go to Instagram. She has Yoli. That's YOLI hair. She has Yoli hair. And those are both of the pages. You can contact me, DM me there.
Well, I appreciate for you coming up to my channel for the first time ever, and 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 I'm glad you. I hope you enjoy my content that
Yes.
I share to you to both of my channels. And if they want to get, like I said, they want to get interviewed with me, you to tell them that hey, I'm here every day except Sunday mornings on this channel, and I'll go live 4 days a week on the bit channel. So,
Yes.
like I said, if you want to come get interviewed, just let them know I'm here, and just like give them my IG and stuff.
Okay.
So they want to get an interview and stuff. That hey, I'm good. I'll be here. So
That's
with
awesome.
that, so I appreciate you coming up here and tell me everything about you and you got me know you a little better and stuff. And
Yes.
I'm glad. Look, and also we glad we're friends on YouTube on IG and became
Yes.
friends on. So I would definitely and matter of fact I would definitely but I would love to come. I would love to have you and your husband come to my church one Sunday. And if you're free, I'll send you a
Okay. Just
I
send me
sent
the
you a flyer to my
information.
church. I sent you a flyer to my church and that
Yes.
kind of stuff. So again,
Thank you so much for
I
having
appreciate.
me.
And I'll
Thank
bring
you.
out next time I'll bring you back up here and stuff like that. Later on the year and keep do like follow up kind of thing. So
Okay.
and so I'll bring you down and I'll see you soon. I'll send you a link. I mean a flyer and everything and tune in for Bible study Tuesday and stuff. But
Thank you
okay,
so much.
you're so welcome.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Mhm. All right, y'all. That was a very well, great interview. Even though we had to do the interview again, we had to end the live one time in it, try to get it right. But now we got it right. We got it right and everything else. I am so happy to get the interview going, and it's an honor to meet her. 'Cause, I'm always go by the shop all the time. So, but yeah, it's an honor to have her on my channel and we finally get it right and stuff. So I am that. Tomorrow I will be on my bit channel. Jarrett talks the bit channel, so I'll be there Monday morning at 10:15 and then 6 o'clock. I'll be back over here at 10:15 in the morning with another guest, official Jamia. I'm gonna send her a inbox to come to my main channel so she know I will talk about I will talk about the channel for the live for uh Tuesday. So I'm gonna mind her, come over and get going and stuff. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have not tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm gonna have official Demia on my channel and then on Wednesday I will have my barber. I'm gonna have my barber Cole Sadler, Lorenzo Sadler. He come talk about how he started everything else. So we're gonna have a good time. So tune in Tuesday morning, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time with official Jamia, and then on Wednesday with Lorenzo Sadler. Also have my teacher, my coach, and all that good stuff. So I see y'all. I see y'all tomorrow morning on the bit channel at 10:15, and then 6 o'clock on tomorrow night. So your boys out, and I want y'all to have a good night, sleep well, enjoy your night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Bye and all right. Talks out. Peace.